it's very interesting from a marketing angle for the Barbie movie. Like how do you get people into that movie? Like it's a Greta Gerwig movie. It's obviously like, you know, there's a demographic there that wants to see this movie. But it's like, there's like a demographic, like, you know, whether it's, you know, gays, ladies, like all of that will definitely go and see this movie. But like the point I was trying to make is that like movies are products being sold. So like the idea of movies is to make as much money as possible. Sorry, not all the time, but generally, if a movie does not make back its money, if a movie cannot even break even, well, breaking even isn't good, then it's a flop, and that's discouraging for people to continue making similar movies like that. I think the Barbie movie will definitely make money. I'm just curious about how they want to market it, because I think when you have Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling in a film, these are like your AAA tier actors who are going to be getting paid tons and tons of money for this, and they have appeal to all audiences. I think it makes sense to leverage those actors to try and get as many people interested in the Barbie movie as possible, even those outside of your general sort of demographic that you're targeting. And I think with AAA actors like that, you want a big audience. You really want a huge audience. And my worry was just that, like, not my worry, but I guess my question is like how it wasn't even really a statement on what I think the film's going to do. It was more just like, if you are working as like the head of marketing on that movie, what would you do to try and get people to see this movie who would otherwise have no interest in it? Because that's what marketing is, right? And Jaden brought up the movie Air, which is this new movie about like Michael Jordan. I think, honestly, I'm a bit ignorant. I don't know too much about it. And I'm not interested in basketball. I'm not interested in Michael Jordan. So I haven't seen the film. And Jaden said, well, I've seen the film and I don't like basketball. I don't know anything about it, but I really enjoyed the movie. And I said, yeah, I'm sure if I saw the movie, I'd enjoy it, but I have no interest to go and pay for a ticket to go and see it, and no real interest to watch it. I'm sure if I did watch it, it would be good, but I have no motivation or interest to watch it. It's not being marketed to me, which is fine. I just think it's interesting to think about how you do market these things. Because again, Air is not marketed to someone like me because I don't like basketball. I think Barbie is being marketed pretty well because it's sort of showing it as it's not just this like Barbie movie, like there's something more to it, and it's interesting and it's fantastical and it's like, you know, a little bit abstract, a little bit of like auteurship going into this, of course, with Greta Gerwig. And I think I even brought up like the Super Mario Brothers movie and how that movie is doing so well commercially, and it's also doing so well with fans of Super Mario who are like the demographic of that film. I think kids and Super Mario fans or Nintendo fans are the demographic of that film, and it's succeeding. And they've got people in. They've got the kids in, they've got the parents in, and they've got the fans in. I'm just curious as to how Barbie goes about doing that with a toy that is traditionally female-based. They don't have to do it. I don't care if they do it. I'm just curious from a marketing angle, when you've got two AAA stars, what can you do to get people in? And Jaden also mentioned that it's like we only have these discussions around films that are female lead-centric, which I probably agree with, and that's a double standard. And by even talking about it, I'm ingraining this double standard and reinforcing this double standard. But I kind of disagree with that. Like, I'm just sort of trying to reflect and comment on the reality of the situation, which is that generally speaking, Barbies are a toy for girls. Very generally speaking. In fact, the demographic for Barbie was girls. You know, I'm not saying boys can't play with Barbies or anything like that. I just think the name Barbie, the brand Barbie, screams young female demographic, right? And yeah, I just think that's a reality. I think that, unfortunately, I don't think this is a good thing, but I do think it's a reality that men are less likely to see a movie with a female lead I don't know why. We could talk and debate for hours as to why that is and what our society and what our culture entails to make that a reality. But I don't think it's wrong to comment on that being a fact and a reality of life. Like, it just is. And that sucks, but it just is. And I am like a pop culture commentator, so I'm just talking about that. I'm excited for the Barbie movie. I think it's going to be really good. I genuinely am just curious from the angle of marketing and sales and brand awareness, what you would do. I'm not saying they have to, but to maximize profits, which I imagine they want to do with such a star-studded cast of AAA actors, how do you market your film to a broader audience than the demo who is definitely going to see it? And I guarantee you those conversations are happening with whichever studio the film is being developed by, because they want people to see it. They want to make as much money off this movie as possible.